Picture this, it's a Saturday night in early fall. A 16-year-old just got their license a few weeks ago. They're driving home for a football game. A few friends piled in the backseat, music blasting. This road is dark, and there's a sharp curve ahead, and before anybody realizes, they drift into the opposite lane. Minutes later, their parents' phones ring with a call nobody ever wants to get. The story isn't some rare tragedy. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention 2023, car crashes are still the #1 cause of death for American teenagers. Most of us in this room just got our license, are counting down the days until we can, or we ride with our friends who are brand new drivers. The truth is, the first couple of years behind the wheel are the most dangerous. This is about us, our friends, our younger siblings, and even our neighbors on the road. While researching this topic, I dug into reports from the CDC, the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, the Highway Loss Data Institute, and even the National Institute of Mental Health. The data shocked me. I used to think 16 was just a normal age to start driving. Now I realize that normal doesn't mean safe. Here's what I want to share with you today. Why 16-year-olds face such a high risk behind the wheel, and second, the main cause of those accidents beyond just bad luck, and lastly, how raising the legal driving age to 18, plus a few things we can do ourselves, could save thousands of lives. The problem is teen drivers are at the highest risk. Let's start with the numbers. According to the CDC's 2023 Teen Drivers Report, drivers aged 16 to 17 have the highest crash rates of any age group in the country. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety says that 16-year-olds are about one and a half times more likely to be involved in a deadly crash than 18 or 19-year-olds. These aren't just little fender benders. These are life-changing and often life-ending accidents. Thousands of teens are seriously injured every year. Families are just left dealing with loss that could have been prevented. If we know the youngest drivers are also the most at risk, shouldn't we rethink what age we hand over the keys? So why does the risk drop by 18? First, there's inexperience. Think about it. At 16, you maybe had a few months of practicing driving with an instructor or a parent. Then suddenly, you're alone at night in the rain with friends in the car. Mistakes are bound to happen. Second, there's what's going on inside our heads. Literally, the National Institute of Mental Health says that part of our brains that controls decision-making and impulse control, called the prefrontal cortex, doesn't fully develop until our mid-20s. That makes 16-year-olds biologically more likely to take risks or get distracted. The Highway Loss Data Institute found out that states where teens can drive at 16 consistently see more crashes than the states that make them wait until 17 or 18. Now, I know what some people might be thinking. Raising the age to 18 isn't fair. Teens need to drive to get to work or school. That is a valid concern, but here's the thing that most states already have graduated driver licensing programs that let teens start with the learner's permit so that they can drive with an adult. We're not saying no one under 18 can ever touch a car. We're saying let's hold off on solo, unrestricted driving until they're a little older and more prepared. The solution is that policy changes and personal choices can fix this. On the big picture, government side, we see that we need laws that raise the minimum age for a full license to 18-year-olds nationwide. We should also strengthen graduated driver licensing rules like limits on nighttime driving and passengers so that new drivers gain experience gradually and safely. In New Jersey, for example, the minimum age is 17, and according to the IIHS, their teen crash rates are noticeably. noticeably lower than in the neighboring states where kids start at 16. On the personal side, what we can do right now. We can support petitions and local campaigns for these laws. We can talk to our families and local leaders about why raising the age makes sense. And if we're ready to drive, we can make a personal commitment to safer habits. No texting, no racing through yellow lights, no driving after midnight if we're tired, and also no phones. Raising the driving age to 18 isn't about taking away freedom. It's about giving teens a better chance to stay alive long enough to enjoy their freedom and safety. We've looked at the harsh statistics showing how dangerous the first years of driving can be. The real reason behind those numbers is inexperience and brain development. And the solutions is stronger laws and smarter choices from all of us. So here's my challenge to you. Support campaigns that push for an older driving age. Encourage your younger siblings or friends to take driving training seriously, and if you're already driving, be the kind of driver that others feel safe driving with. And lastly, imagine a future where far fewer parents get that terrible late night call. Raising the driving age won't fix every crash, but it can save thousands of lives and teens across the nation. That's a future worth fighting for, one safe mile at a time.